Control Setup. The Control Setup screen is accessed from the Setup menu. It allows the user or OEM to select the control type, set the number of soft alarms, monitor points and math or logic equations. The control type drop-down menu is used to define the operation for the MCT4. The number of PCM process loops and optional limit control are set automatically and dependent upon the control type selected. When single loop is selected, the MCT4 will be configured as a single loop controller. A PCM process loop control must be inserted into slot 1 for proper operation. When single loop plus limit is selected, the MCT4 will be configured as a single loop controller with an FM approved limit. A PCM process loop module must be inserted into slot 1, and an HLM limit must be inserted into slot 2. When dual loop is selected, the MCT4 will be configured as a dual loop controller. 2 PCM process loop controls are required and must be inserted into slots 1 and 2. When dual loop plus limit is selected, the MCT4 will be configured as a dual loop controller with a limit. When 3 loop is selected, the MCT4 will be configured as a 3 loop controller. 3 PCM process loop controls are required and must be inserted into slots 1, 2 and 3.
The soft alarms field is used to enter the number of soft alarms that will be provided on the system. A soft alarm is a software-based alarm, without a physical control output, that can be used to alert an operator that a process has exceeded desired operating conditions. The unit is capable of providing up to 10 soft alarms. See our video on soft alarms or reference the manual on soft alarm configuration for more information. The monitor points field is used to enter the number of monitor points that will be provided on the system. The MCT4, along with the external Smart SIO/IO module, is capable of providing up to 8 monitor points. The math logic field is used to enter the number of math logic equations that are to be used. You have the capability of configuring up to 20 user configurable equations. Lastly, outputs off, on input error selection, is used to disable logic outputs of all configured logic equations if any input to the system is in a fault condition. This includes all loops, limits, and monitor points. The selection is a global selection, meaning it affects all logic equations, even if they do not use the specific input that is in an error condition.